Hey guys, Stream Tom here, and you're probably going to notice by watching this video that there's a monk on screen. Yeah, so there's a couple things going on here. The first thing is I was playing Ranger, and I was having a fantastic time and doing it at endgame, and being Reaper 10 and all that, and getting through Reaper 10. I earned 500,000 Reaper experience points in about 3 weeks at level cap, but I'm pretty restless, and spending 3 weeks playing one character, oh god, that was hard to do. So we are trying it a new life, changing into something new. By something new, I mean completely cookie cutter monk. Aasimar, wisdom-based monk, is kind of one of the best things you can play right now. So we're taking an opportunity to get in there, give it a shot, see what happens when I punch some people in the face. If you've never had the opportunity to play monk, or maybe you play monk yourself, but you find it's not very effective, then hopefully over the next few weeks, in some videos I'm going to be releasing, I'll be able to help you learn, the important things to take, the important things you need to do to play monk and to be effective, and how to make your character as absolutely strong as possible. Now, another thing you're going to notice is the video quality here. The actual quality of the video should hopefully be a lot nicer. My stream is now in 1080p, and at that beautiful, crisp, pretty much you're seeing what I'm seeing on my computer screen, so there's very few things that actually get in the way. Hopefully it looks good for you guys on your end. I got a brand new internet connection, a whole bunch of other stuff, and yeah, the idea is it's supposed to look pretty good, so... Anyway, let's talk about monks. So why did I choose monk? Well, one of the reasons is because monks do pretty much the highest damage at endgame. The way that unarmed scaling works is that because they are a single weapon, even though they are a single weapon like hand wraps, when you actually attack guys, it counts as two weapon fighting. And you get a fancy attack animation that allows you to get a lot of really good attacks in a very short period of time. On top of that, they're extremely versatile, getting lots of stuns and crowd control effects like Tomb of Jade, which allows you to stun guys even if they happen to be traditionally immune to stunning. The ability to heal themselves and their allies, the ability to resurrect themselves from the dead, lots of area of effect attack from the supremely effective Whirlwind attack. Monks are just all around good. They're also super fun to play. They're very fast moving, and if you generate a lot of ki, you can become even more fast moving by flying all around during combat by using your ability Abundant Step. Now, it does normally cost a little bit of ki, but once you get maximum level, ki is not really an issue. While playing this character, I was going through a whole bunch of different stances. You're going to notice that I am actually a wisdom-based monk, and being a wisdom-based monk, you would think, oh, wisdom-based monk, I should be an ocean stance all the time. But while leveling, you really need ki to do all your abilities, self-healing effects, Tomb of Jade, Stunning Fist, more attacks. And since ki is so important to your build, you want to make sure you have as much as possible, which is why Fire Stance is very, very vital. It might reduce your wisdom by a little bit, but the amount of ki that you generate allows you to pretty much constantly spam Stunning Fist, as well as constantly spam Fists of Light to be able to heal yourself through healing ki. Now, I, of course, am playing as a Light Monk. I think Light Monk is just the best way to go for healing. And for sustain, especially throughout the early levels. I mean, in the late game, I don't think most of the healing matters that much from Fists of Light anyway, but for my characters and all intents and purposes, I want to make sure that I'd make it as easy as possible for myself in the early leveling. I'm enjoying the character quite a bit. It's really fun to play. I find the playstyle is just really engaging, always jumping around and moving on top of guys. One of the things I do notice is that the monk attack animation doesn't feel that smooth when you don't have that much attack speed, so I do encourage, for the early leveling process, if possible, you might want to chug back quite a few haste pots, because haste pots are definitely something that improves your quality of life quite a bit, and I didn't really enjoy punching guys when I didn't have haste pots running. My character, once I hit level 8, picked up the Quicksilver Cassock, an item you can get out of the Cult of the Six quest chain, and it gives you a 10% attack speed boost all the time. It's very, very good. Again, it's just a quality of life thing. Makes the attack animation feel a lot smoother, and the amount of times you hit your target. It just feels better overall. Now, you could also get the new precision lenses from the quest White Plume Mountain, but you do have to wait till level 9 for those, and they only give a 6% attack speed boost, so of course it's not as great. Now, one of the reasons I'm actually swapping over to the monk over the ranger is because I found that a lot of times the monk gets more utility than the ranger. So the monk is going to have more single target damage. The monk is going to have better utility with regards to stuns, lockdowns, crowd control effects, all sorts of different things I can do that are very useful in raid and party settings. Being able to lock down a target with Tomb of Jade, or being to instantly delete many targets using Mass Frog, a spell most people wouldn't even consider using, it's definitely really good. I'm not entirely sure how the DC on Mass Frog works, or even if it works as advertised, but as far as I know, at endgame, Mass Frog seems to destroy all sorts of stuff that maybe it shouldn't. Many different constructs pretty much instantly fail versus Mass Frog, as well as some very, very important constructs, such as the Shadow Totems inside Babala Saga. Stuff like that, being able to instantly remove it, also like the animated armors inside the Strahd raid, and I'm sure there's a whole bunch of new stuff within the brand new raid, whose name I can't remember offhand. I'm sure there's lots of stuff that can be mass frogged, so having access to that and a little bit of mana is going to be really powerful. This character should be easily able to get wisdom up over into the 90s and really smash on some people. Now, this build does take advantage of falconry, so you will notice me running around with a falcon over my head. Falconry doesn't do too much at the end game with regards to the actual falcon attacks. However, there was a patch that recently came through. It's going to be updating the falcon attack speed. I don't know, it's coming out today, so I don't know exactly how it's going to be like, but I will definitely keep you guys posted as to how falconry feels. I don't think I'm going to revisit any of my falconer builds, but if what the changes are doing makes it a lot more fun to play and a lot cleaner, then it might be a good reason to revisit and or maybe make some alterations to build to kind of focus more on falconry attacks. So this character, when it gets to endgame, you've got Tomb of Jade, you have your Falcon Blind, Falcon Knockdown, Falcon AoE Blind, you've got Kukendo Stunning Fist, and you also have Dire Charge and Mass Frog. That's a lot of utility out of one character. And also, I do more single target damage than I would be doing if I was playing as a ranger. That's why I'm swapping over to this character, and I'm hoping it's going to be a good time. Ideally, it's going to get a bit more defensive as well, a lot more dodge chance, a lot more physical resistance rating. So this character should be fairly effective. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to stay as this character at cap for too long. I mean, hell, the ranger was super good, did an amazing amount of damage. My highest damage character to date was doing Reaper 10s, and I was still like, yeah, I want to play something else. I got the ranger at level cap in, I don't know, probably like a week, and I was messing around with it, and then a week after it was at cap, I was like, oh, you know what would be fun? Fighter, and I started theory crafting a fighter build, so I don't know how long this monk thing is going to last, but I'll definitely keep you guys posted, and have you a good build so you can follow, but at the moment, it's only level 10. Now I'm going to pass it over to me so I can go through exactly how to build this character. So, monks. How do you put it together? There's a couple ways. I'm, of course, playing as an Aasimar monk here. I'll show you my stats on screen. So I am a monk 10 right at this point. I've actually only been playing for questing time of 20... I started with a 6-hour pot, so this has been 5 hours and 38 minutes of questing time, and I am currently at level 10 monk. So it's been pretty fast to level. A really enjoyable experience. The key things to take about this character is, of course, I'm going as a wisdom as my main focus. That's why Aasimar is really good. Started with the wisdom, a little bit of constitution, so I started with the 16 con, 14 dex, 10 strength, 10 intelligence, and then I left the charisma at an 8. This character, I decided to put points in for skills. Haggle is always important to me because I like saving money. Spot is good. Use magic device is good. I probably should have put points in balance, and I probably should have points in heal, and probably should have put points in hide, but you know what? We're going to do that later. It's not a big deal. As far as the feats that I actually took, I did take Path of Harmonious Balance, Fists of Light, and then the feats that I took while leveling up, I took Dodge, Mobility, and Spring Attack. I also took the Combat Style feat, the Martial feat, Combat Expertise. I took Stunning Fist, I took Whirlwind Attack, and then I took 2 Weapon Fighting at level 9. And the progression was starting with Stunning Fist at first level, as well as Dodge, and then I took Mobility, Spring Attack, Combat Expertise, and Whirlwind Attack by the time I was level 6, and then I took 2 Weapon Fighting at level 9. Whirlwind Attack is really good as a monk. Of course, you do a quick AoE, does a whole heap and help of damage. It does a double hit, the first hit when you press the button, so it's a hit, and then when you land, it does a second attack. It also makes that whooshy sound effect, which you might hear in the background. So that's kind of exciting. As far as enhancement points go, I spread my points out. I started by putting points into the Shintao tree until about level 3, or until level 3 when I had 12 points. So I put my points in the Shintao tree to start. Then once I had 12 points, I took my points out of the Shintao tree and I put them in Falconer so I get wisdom to hit and damage. And then once I had wisdom hit and damage, I then started putting more points in the Shintao tree. And of course, one of the most important things, if you have the opportunity, is make sure you keep up on your stronger bonds as you level up. The Aasimar tree isn't as important for the leveling game, it's better for the end game. But for my character, having access to stronger bonds is really, really potent because it lets me heal myself. Because as you can see, I'm sure right now, if I slam a heal, bam, that's 630 health, way more than I need to. But in Reaper mode, it's actually pretty much a full heal for me, and very, very useful. Out of the Shintao tree, there's a couple things I like to avoid. I go for the passes first. Smite Tainted Creature and Jade Strike are very, very ineffective, especially at the lower levels, because they cost a lot of key and they don't do a whole lot. So avoid these ones. Take your passives, difficulty at the beginning, and all these things up here for +1 hit and damage. Plus 10% offhand attack chance is amazing. 20 physical resistance rating is amazing. Dismissing Strike is fantastic. It's a one-shot kill on some harder monsters like elementals and things. Wisdom is great. And then once you get up to this 24 up here, or 20 points, the tier 4, that's when you want to go Smite Tainted Creature, Jade Strike, boom, Tomb of Jade. Tomb of Jade's awesome. It's a lockdown that stops anything from moving. Very, very powerful attack. As I get higher level, I'm going to be taking all the stuff up here at the top row, and then I'm also going to be taking all of these cores down here for an exact 41 points. Out of the Aasimar tree, I'm going to focus getting all the stronger bonds, getting all the healing amp, and of course making sure I take my Ascendant Bond, be able to apply vulnerability whenever I attack people. And then out of Falconry, I want to get Deadly Instinct, 3 points in here, and I also want to go with No Mercy, so I do additional damage to helpless targets. Really, really powerful. I want to do as much helpless damage as possible. I think at endgame, I'm probably also going to be twisting out of Fury of the Wild, Sense Weakness, so that I can have 60% extra damage to helpless targets, which is pretty huge. It'll allow me to almost instantly destroy stuff even on Reaper 10, as long as I hit him with the Tomb of Jade first. I might put some points into Henshin Mystic, because you can get some sweet melee power basically for free, and I might also consider putting some points into, I don't even know where Ninja Spy is. Apparently I got rid of it. Might even consider putting some points into Ninja Spy to get the extra dodge cap, because the max dodge bonus is up here, and upping your dodge cap is really important as a monk, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, that's the basic idea for the build. As far as items are concerned, as I mentioned in my earlier, I said the Quicksilver Cassock is a great item for leveling. I highly recommend this item. Striding, Alacrity, really, really useful. Other than that, everything I just kind of picked up. I just put on some Ravenloft gear now, but before that, the only weapon I had was a Vorpal Deadly 1 hand wraps, and I just used found gear. So all the clips you're watching, I've got like just all found gear. I got Anger Steps, I got this, and then I'm just running around attacking stuff. So I highly recommend you just get a Vorpal hand wrap and try out Monk. It's really good, it's really fun to play, very powerful, and I enjoyed it a lot. Anyways, I'm going to keep you guys posted and let you know exactly what's going on with the build as we go on later, and hopefully I'll be able to make something that's cool enough all of you guys will enjoy it. So I'm going to have fun anyway. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and if you have any questions, please do leave me a comment down below if you want to catch when this build is going to turn into... Oh, I'm turning one of those YouTubers as a thing at the end. Oh, God, I don't want to do that. Okay, I'm just going to turn off the video.